How's it going, guys? Nordy back, bringing you some more StarCraft2 ladder matches for you today. So we got a pretty interesting match here. This is just on my my European account. I was just trying to cool off a little bit. I was one game away from making Plat 1, and I still am. I still haven't played my promotion match, but I was just trying to cool off, unwind a little bit before I played my promotion match, which I still haven't played. I'm still putting it off. A little bit nervous to play it. I've got a bad feeling I'm gonna lose, but yeah. So I just came onto the European server to do a tournament real quick, and I got placed into a diamond tournament. So I had to play a bunch of diamond players, but the matches are pretty interesting, especially this one. So I wanted to show you guys this video. So it's a PvP between myself and Vasia here on Odyssey LE. So let's get right into that. And he is a diamond player. Like I said, this is a diamond tournament that I was in. So all the players I played against were diamond players, of course. I've been getting just ridiculous amounts of diamond players recently, but that's okay. I need the practice against diamond players. That way, I know I can beat them. I know I have the proper skill to defeat a diamond player when the time comes to get into Diamond League. But I'm going to be going for the standard double gate expand. I sent this probe out early because since this was a tournament, I'm able to look at my opponent's match history, and I saw that he kind of likes cannon rushing. So I just sent this probe out to scout early just to see if he was going to cannon rush me. He doesn't actually end up cannon rushing me, but he does something else interesting that I wanted to show you guys. He does pull his probe. He does bring his probe out a little bit earlier than normal, but I'm not really too worried. Or I guess I am kind of worried about it right now, but you'll see in a minute here that he's not actually going to cannon rush me. So I'm going for the 2-gate expand. I build my my first gateway, and then I actually put 2 gases down here to start with because I didn't want to hold position a probe at the gas here and take him away from mining minerals. So I wanted to build the second gas a little bit earlier, but got the second gateway up there. As soon as this one's done, I'll throw down the cyber core. You can see here I'm trying to take out this probe real quick. Managed to kill it. Scouting inside of his base. I really don't see a whole lot at this point, so I don't really know what he's up to. I don't see a forge, so I know he's not cannon rushing me. I see this is only a gateway, so at this point I'm not really too sure what he's going to do, but I have a pretty good idea of what he's going to do. And this is so what I was thinking he was going to do is what he's actually going to do. He's going to do a kind of like a 1-2 base ish straight to air toss build. This build is really powerful against Protosses. I see people on the StarCraft forum complaining a lot about it. A lot of other Protoss players complaining that they've lost to players that have gone 2 base straight to air. So just want to show you guys a video on how to hold it, just in case you've ever run into somebody like this that's just mass voids on you early on, and you ended up going ground, and since he had a bunch of void rays, you weren't able to kill him. But I saw he only had 1 gate early on, so I'm going to go for the double adept play. Try to get some good probe damage done to him early, since I know he won't have too much to defend against my 2 adepts. So that's why I'm building the adepts. You know, if you've watched my other videos, normally I build 2 stalkers first. But this time I'm going to try out the adepts real quick, so that should be interesting. But yeah, like I said, he's going to be going for the, I see this probe here. I'm going to quick turn my adepts around and kill it, and send them back across the map. Like I said, you can see here he's getting a Stargate. He's getting a Stargate out because he's going to start pumping out Void Rays early on. And you know, this is a super powerful build. I mean, Void Rays just absolutely destroy Stalkers, which is really the only early to mid game anti-air that you're going to have against a player that goes straight to air if you didn't go straight to air yourself. So it can be really hard to defend, but I'm going to show you guys how you're supposed to do it. So I shade my depths into his mineral line here. And as they're shaded in here, I see the Stargate, so I know for sure now that he's going to be doing the Void Ray, straight to air Void Ray build. I also throw down a Stargate of my own to get, you know, maybe 1 or 2 Void Rays out to try to combat his Void Rays. I'm not going to have out as many Void Rays as he will initially, but The goal here is to get at least a couple out to help my stalkers take out his void rays. I'm gonna build a pylon there. I got my second going up as well. See here, he hasn't built the second yet. This is kind of like a one base-ish build. He's gonna get it. He'll get a second here eventually, but it'll be like super late. So that's why I say one base-ish kind of build. Second's done, so I'll start building double probes here in a minute. I'm gonna start warping in stalkers as well. You can see here he's got an oracle coming across the map. That's actually going to do quite a bit of probe damage to me because I'm not paying attention to my mini-map. I thought he was just going to go straight to void rays. I didn't think he'd actually go for the oracle play, but he did go for the oracle play. So kind of got caught with my pants down here. You can see here it's going to come in and get a bunch of kills on me here. Not good at all. I don't know what I was looking at this point. This should never have happened. As soon as this oracle came in, I should have photon overcharged both of these, and I would have killed it before he killed any probes. So this did a whole lot of completely unnecessary damage. He got 8 worker kills on me, so that's not good at all. But it'll be all right. I just got to keep building double probes. I have 2 bases, and he only has 1, so I have a better economy than him anyway. So it doesn't matter a whole lot, but it still is a little bit of a blow to my build here. So here I'm just going to start massing up stalkers. The goal here is to attack him early enough to where he doesn't have a high enough void ray count to take out as many stalkers as I have. So I'm going to try to attack him early on. I'm going to warp in a couple zealots as well to try to deal with any ground army that he has. You can see here he's got a couple stalkers as well. So, but the goal is to attack him before he gets that critical mass of void rays up. You can see here he's already got 1 and he's building a second one already. Already got my both my bases almost fully saturated with probes. You can see here I feel like I have a pretty decent stalker count up, so I'm going to push across the map and attack him before he gets that critical void mass up. You know, usually you want to attack him around 6 minutes, no later than 7 minutes. If you go any later than that, he's going to have way too many voids for you to handle. You can see he's finally getting a second base up. Like I said, it's really late second base, but he is getting it up finally. So I'm going to push these stalkers in. I'm going to take out this pylon first and foremost, so he can't bring a mothership down to photon overcharge it. Like I said, if you're gonna like, so let me pause it real quick. Normally against this build, I would build a bunch of starports myself and try to get more void ray, or I'd try to get more Phoenix out than he has void rays to counter this. But I want to show you guys that you can beat this void ray straight to air build with ground forces and just a minimal amount of air units. So that's why I'm going for most of the ground units in this one, because I want to show you guys that you can beat this with ground forces. Start taking out his second here, so he can't get that extra mineral income, which is really going to hurt him. He should have brought his army down to attack mine. I would have backed off if he would have brought his army down, and he would have saved this base, but he never did that. So I'm going to push my army up. He photon overcharges this pylon, so I immediately back off because I don't want to lose my stalkers to a photon overcharged pylon. Because I want to have a big enough stalker count to deal with his void rays. You can see here he's already got 2. He's starting to get a third one. I'm going to build a void ray of my own again. I'm going to build just a minimal amount of air units to help my stalkers combat his voids. Because you need at least a couple void rays to deal with his air units. You can see here these void rays are just destroying my stalkers. But I got these zealots trying to hold off his ground army so my stalkers can pick off these void rays in time. I managed to pick them off, and he retreats his stalkers. His mothership core is a little bit out of position, so I'm going to take advantage of that, bring my stalkers up to take out his mothership core real quick. So I managed to pick that off, and I'm just going to back off before he counterattacks me. And he's got this pylon photon armor charge as well, so if I would have walked up the ramp, he probably would have killed me. I'm pretty content with the amount of damage I did. You know, I killed a pylon, I got his nexus down, I killed I think two void rays, maybe three, and I pretty much destroyed most of his ground force that he had, so I was satisfied with the damage I did, so I'm just going to back off. Back at home, I got this void ray here, I got some more zealots and a couple more stalkers. I built 2 cannons in the front just in case he counterattacks me. You can see here he's kind of poking around the map trying to figure out where I went, but I already went home, so bringing a warp prism around. The goal here was to warp in some zealots to try to do some mineral damage to him, but he's gonna manage to spot my warp prism as it's moving across, and he's gonna try to attack it. I think I managed to slip it away. I don't remember. Yeah, I managed to slip it away, so wasn't too big a deal. But I didn't get to do the harass that I was looking at doing. You can see here, since I managed to snipe that second base, he's really hurting for minerals right now, so he can't get that void ray count up as high as he wants to. And at this point, I mean, I just have way too big of a ground army for him to handle. Had he had that second base up, you know, maybe he could have got a couple more void rays out. You know, he would have been able to build another starport and get a few more void rays going. But since I took it out, he wasn't able to do that. I managed to catch a few stalkers out of position. I see his void rays coming in, so I'm going to keep trying to pick those off real quick. Got my my warp prism up here to warp in at the front. Kind of missed micro here. My stalkers weren't doing anything, so he managed to get my 2 void rays that I had. But I just have too many stalkers for him to handle at this point. I warp in a couple zealots to help deal with his ground army as well, so I take those out real quick. He's trying to warp in the units as fast as he can, but since he's only mining off of 1 base and his main is starting to get pretty low in mineral patches, he just doesn't have the economy to hold me back here. I'm going to take out this gate so he can't warp in units from that. Start taking out this pylon, right there he GG's. So yeah, that's how you counter the Protoss straight to air build. Basically, if you're committed to going ground, what you need to do is you need to attack him as quick as you can so he doesn't get to a critical mass of void rays going. You know, if I had waited till 10 minutes to attack him, he would have had, what would he have had? He would have had 1, 2, 3. He would have had like 5 or 6 void rays probably, and a second base mining, and he would have had a pretty decent economy. He would have been able to keep pumping out more void rays, and those 6 void rays that he had would have more than likely would have destroyed my ground army, because he also had a reinforcing ground army himself. So he probably would have ended up taking me out. So what you need to do, like I said, against this build is you need to attack him as quick as you can. Obviously with a decent army, but you need to attack him as quick as you can. You know, 6 minutes at the earliest. You know, 6 minutes, 30 minutes is probably ideal. But you don't want to go any later than 7 minutes. You need to attack him by 7 minutes. Otherwise, he's going to have way too many void rays for you to handle. You need to put pressure on. When you're attacking him, what you need to focus on is picking off his void rays to keep that void ray count down. So those are the main priority. If you can get a second base snipe like I did, definitely take the snipe on the second base. Don't just walk your stalkers up into his main without taking out his second base, because he's going to need that income pretty shortly after you attack him to keep building void rays. So definitely try to snipe that second base, but you also need to snipe the void rays out before you get too many of them. So it's here. That's what I did, and I managed to beat him. And he was a diamond player, so. I assume he does that build quite a bit, so he probably knows what he's doing with it. But I managed to get the better of him there, so that was a good match. Let's check out the APM real quick. So I had 83 and he had 158, a little bit higher than my 70 range that I'm trying to stick to, but not too much higher, so not too big of a deal. He had 158, so he still had way more APM than I did. Again, proving that APM doesn't matter at all. Not really doesn't matter at all. I mean, it matters a little bit, but not as much as a lot of people think it does. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that match. As always, if you like the video, if you wanted to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. If this is your first time with me, if you wanted to check out any of my other videos, you know, I got videos for all the different matchups, PvP, PvT, and PvZ, and I'm starting to build up a pretty decent amount of videos on how to hold different cheeses and all-ins, so that's pretty good. So you guys know how to hold those if your opponent ever does them to you. We can put a check mark in the box for the straight to air toss all-in. Well, it's not really an all-in build. You know, just the straight to air toss build. You can put a check mark in that box. I showed you guys how to beat it right here. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Semper Fi, guys. Nordy out.